Hi, this is Little Miss Vape, and I'm back with the second out of a trio of liquids to review for Health-e-vape. That's health-e-vape.co.uk. And this is the second one of their Pure Perfection line, and this is chocolate caramel. It's 18 milligrams and it's in a 70-30 PG/VG mix. Now, Health-e-vape have quite nifty little bottles. There's your safety warnings, your little picture, a tactile warning triangle, toxicity information, and their little logo, which is the happily vaping nurse. I love these bottles because they have a tactile triangle on the top of the bottle, so it makes them easy to distinguish from other bottles which might be the same sort of size. Okay, so onto the liquid. Now this one, it smells like chocolate and it smells like caramel. It's really hard to describe. It smells like what cooking chocolate smells like when you start diluting it. It doesn't smell like a chocolate fountain. It doesn't smell like chocolate cake. It's really hard to describe. It would smell like if it smells like if you did a chocolate cigar. I know it sounds really weird, but it's got that little hint of tobacco in the back of the chocolate, which is rather bizarre, I've got to say. It's not one I've had before. So, my trusty Vamo with my lovely little Bardatti, which gets used for almost all of my vaping tests. As you can see, good vapour reduction, which is always important. This one's quite nice because it's slightly more mild on the throat hit. So it's not as strong as the last one was, which was the signature tobacco. Now this is quite nice because it's not too sweet and it's not too sour. I mean, you get hints of chocolate, you get hints of caramel. Swear I'm going to be stuck in clouds of vape soon. I mean, this stuff does actually send up lots of clouds really well, and it's really nice because it's not too thick so as it obscures your vision, but it's thick enough to be sort of satisfying and think, yeah. Now the flavour on this is quite strange. I mean, I would expect something like chocolate caramel to taste like possibly a caramel bar of some description. But it doesn't. I mean, you get hints of the chocolate, you get hints of the cocoa. I'd say you more get hints of cocoa than you do proper chocolate taste, the proper milk chocolate taste. But the caramel's really subtle, it's really light, but it's there on the exhale, and it's the bit that lingers in your mouth. It's at the back, and it's sort of like, it's quite nice. I could get used to that. It's not very sort of, it is weird to try and describe it. I mean, it's sort of one of those ones you have to taste for yourself. If you don't like too strong chocolate, it would be absolutely perfect. Because there's not too much chocolate there. It's very much a cocoa aftertaste. If you like caramel as well, it would also be a very good flavour to have. But it's not too strong, which is good, I guess, but when it comes to caramel, I like my caramel a bit stronger and a bit creamier, and that seems to let it down for me, that there's not that creaminess that the caramel should provide. It should be slightly more sweet as well, and that I think sort of lets it down. That it's not creamy enough, and it's not sweet enough. But if you like chocolate flavours that aren't too sweet and aren't too creamy, then this would be perfect for you. However, if you like the stronger, sweeter caramel flavours, I would suggest going for something like butterscotch on its own, because this just isn't cutting it. It does get a thumbs up from me for the subtlety, but it also gets a big thumbs down because that subtlety also means that you can't really tell between the different flavours. You can't tell where the chocolate starts and the caramel ends, and you can't tell where the caramel starts and the chocolate ends. So for me, that actually sort of ruins it slightly. But again, this is from Health-e-vape, which is www.health-e-vape.co.uk. And this was Little Miss Vape at littlemissvape.wordpress.com. Good night.